Peace of the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast. Peace of the gang, peace of the gang, and welcome back to Quit the Cat Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy BP alongside the Bishop.
Yes, sir.
And we're here in beautiful Bang Bang Fitness Studios in Harrisburg, PA. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, my
He
boy.
on fire.
But today's, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful guest.
Yes.
She is the founder of Blessed to Give, Inc., Swag 4.0. Swag standing for Soldiers Walking According to God.
Somebody
You know what I mean?
doing their homework.
A non-profit organization located in central Pennsylvania focused towards serving and uplifting the community through youth mentoring,
Look at God.
financial coaching, and all hands outreach ministry.
My boy
Ladies
doing
and
his
gentlemen,
homework.
we have Ms.Carla Hill.
Hey, what's going on? What's going
How
on?
they do? How they do?
Somebody went on the Blessed to Give website.
Listen.
Told you now. Come on now.
Listen.
Do a little research. You did.
Listen. Bro, listen. I that warms my heart.
Oh, I'm glad.
It does.
I'm
I
glad.
appreciate that.
Yes.
My boy did his homework.
Yes.
They
I
did.
appreciate
That was a
that.
good intro.
Listen, I'm glad I did my homework too, because you do some amazing things in the community.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
like
Yes.
you do a lot of giving.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. But real quick before we get into all the giving,
Yes.
we got to do a quick vibe check.
Okay.
So we do a quick vibe check.
Yes.
How you feeling today, Bishop?
Immaculate.
Ooh, that's a good.
You made me
word.
better.
Immaculate.
You made me feel real good. You made me better.
Let's go.
He made me
Immaculate.
better.
I love it.
I'm immaculate.
I
It's
love
amazing.
it.
I love research. I love when people do their
Listen.
homework and they ready. You was ready.
Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em
You was
up.
ready, my boy.
Hey.
I'm proud.
Yes,
bro.
Lord. Let's go.
This is gonna be work. This is gonna be great.
This
gonna
is
be
gonna be
amazing.
this is gonna be absolutely
Because
great.
Offset, she said there's a. She might give us a little bit of the ratchet too.
Oh, I said that?
Oh, you
I don't
did.
know.
Right when I walked in.
I don't remember.
Right when I walked
Just a
in.
little bit. But we gonna
Did I say that?
listen. We gonna start because it's so much. So I wanna put you somewhere so I can give you somewhere to start. But I don't want to cross his questions.
No.
Are you starting?
Let's go. Just go in.
go.
Well, no, first we got to check her vibe.
Yeah,
We
let's
didn't-
My vibe's amazing.
amazing. Okay.
My vibe's amazing every day.
Talk
I love
about
it.
it.
That's
Talk
it.
about it.
Let's
Yeah, I
go.
fooled her. That's her energy.
Yeah,
I
positive.
love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm always amazing.
That's awesome. So go
Is
ahead.
there like a preparation for that energy daily that keeps you? Because I gotta check when somebody says it's like that. I'm amazing. Every
You know what
day.
I do every
come
morning?
show
I wake up. Before I get out of bed, I pray.
Okay.
And then I'm a Gemini.
Okay.
And
Shout out to the
I take
Geminis.
that seriously.
Okay.
And I check my horoscope every day.
Okay.
And it tell me about,
Okay,
what's going on.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't think it's going to go that way. I think it's
Okay.
going and I just wake up.
Okay.
I just,
Okay, but you still have a routine.
every
that works
morning
for
I
you.
do that. I meditate
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay.
And it just clears my head.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh,
All
go.
right. So I want because this is a lot, right? And he's even more detailed. I might have to steal his paper because I have. I have questions
Right.
because you have an online boutique,
I
right?
do.
And a store in Maryland.
I do.
So I
A
want
brick and mortar in Maryland?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead
Listen,
now.
listen, and
Go ahead
then-
now.
I guess we're gonna share the news about the
What's the news?
youth and the Shatner
Oh, yeah. I'm in
the
Chapman.
youth
Yeah.
Word, that's dope.
reentry or supposed
Yes,
to say.
right.
Yeah. So I first let's say I want to. Has this always been your passion?
No.
No.
I actually went to school for accounting.
So let's just take us. Where are we going back to? How far are
Go
we
back.
going
Wherever
Let's
back
go
you
back.
were.
Let's
How
go
to start?
back. Yes.
I had went, it's in 2015, I had went to see someone else get an award for the youth.
Okay.
And I was so inspired. It was in Jersey, and I was so inspired by it.
Okay.
I said, yo, we should try to do that in Harrisburg.
Okay.
So that organization was called Urban Promise. They mentored us.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I was like, we can just do our own, know.
Okay.
And so it just developed from there. And it
Right.
just, once you jump in it and you keep going, you just keep going. And I just
Okay.
got passionate about helping people.
Okay.
That's
So
how it
I
all
mean,
started.
because that's a big leap from saying, and I want to say this. I want to say that's a big leap from knowing you can get the big bag from accounting, like
Right.
there's money in
Yeah,
that, to
yeah.
saying I'm going to put
I think
our people first.
what I think it was, I grew up blessed. I grew up, you know, the normal 2-family household. You know, went to college, never really struggled, and by me helping, I saw how many people was in need. So I just wanted to give back what I had, you know, and try to. Plus, I was a single mom at a time, so I know how to be a single mom and how to take care of kids. So just all that together, it was just like I was still working, and I was doing that on the side, and for a long time was funding it with my job, my 9 to 5, you know, but and it still is to this day to a point. But I was ignorant on what was going on out here. And by me keep learning and seeing, and I'm like, dang, these people need help. I'm going to try to help them. And then, like, I don't know the ideals for the events. I just wake up like, yo, I should do this. And I just, I'm a go-getter. And I just do it. You know what I mean? And then after I do it, I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like, you get that quick satisfaction. You be so excited to do something. You be like, I'm going to do something else this week. You know what I mean? And I just keep going. That's how it goes.
I want to go back. I just want to, because how was that saying, okay, I'm going to do this after you went to school for that?
Because being ignorant, once you start something, first of all, I was with my partner. So I'm the type, whatever my partner's doing, I'm doing. So that's how I got into it. And then seeing what was people struggling and hurting and seeing kids, you know, I'm going to schools for this, and maybe while I'm sitting there filling out the application in the office, I'm watching parents come in, some of them cussing, you know, kids come in yelling, and you like, Dad, that's really going on here. You like, I need the help because I know this ain't right. You know what I mean? So I think I just kept going with the passion because I seen how much the community needed help.
So.
Go ahead, keep going. Next question. I'm gonna jump in there.
So what would you say is one of the pinpoint factors to why our children are struggling, if you so to say? What have you in your assessment? Because I know there's more than things. What would you say from what you've seen and what you observed that shows where our lack is in?
I think right now. Yes. I think it's a lot with parents, kids raising kids, and it's social media. It's a lot of bullying and kids trying to live up to these rappers and celebrities, and so I think that's a lot of pressure for them to try to stay, you know. And then now it's so bad that we're like, they talk up. It's disrespect. It's a level of disrespect. That's what's really the biggest problem. So I'm gonna take everything. It's just the disrespect, but that stems from sometimes home, you know. And now kids could go on Facebook and I hate her and post a picture of another. You know what I mean? So the media is bad. So they gotta go back to school today. You know. So I think that's what it's the lack of disrespect kids have for adults. And for this life, you know what I mean? And I think it's sometimes it really stems from home.
So, because this is, do you get pushback from the parents?
No.
No pushback? Like, or do they understand that you trying to help a kid, because you can't help a kid and then send them back to a broken home. Right. Because then you just keep refixing, sending back. I had
one parent, she did give pushback. Like, I had an after school program at Susquehanna Middle School, and the kid was in the program, and it seemed like as soon as we was reaching him, she pulled him from the program. Like, with no reason, like, why you, and I'm like, why you pulling him? Like, he's getting better. You know, I don't know if her goal wasn't for him to get better, you know, I don't know. But, and then it was even like, we had a Saturday program, so I'm like, I could come pick him up and take him. And she would say yes, and then, like, she called and changed her mind.
On
so,
Saturday.
Like, so it's like, that's the only thing that every other time, parents are supportive of it. Now, there was a time where we used to take kids to church. And we would come pick them up. And when my kids was younger, someone did that. You know, at that time, I'm like, get ready. Get out the house. Come on. You know, you about to get 2, 3. They wouldn't answer the door sometimes. And it'd be like, all you had to do was answer the door. Like, the kids was ready. And you ringing the bell and, you know, they missed church this Sunday. We going to feed them. We going to keep them out your life for 3 to 4 hours. And they going to get the gospel, you know.
They safe.
Right.
That's
and
it.
some parents, that's the only thing I can think about a pushback. Outside of that, all my parents be supportive.
Okay.
I see you have a parent support group.
It just started. It just started. Like we have it at Susquehanna Middle School
Mm-hmm.
and at Schaffner,
Okay.
and so hopefully soon it'll be in Harrisburg School District.
Okay. So how is that in Schaffner?
Well, it hasn't started yet in Schaffner because they have they don't really do in-person visits with the parents and the kids because of COVID.
Okay.
So once the program it hasn't started
Okay.
yet. Like once it got in there, the last 2 weeks,
Okay.
kids have caught COVID or somebody, so it hasn't officially started in Schaffner. But like I said, even that experience, like every experience you see more and you be like, wow, I gotta help.
Right.
I'm like, it was funny because in order to get into Harrisburg School District, you have to go through Big Brothers and Big Sisters,
Okay.
right? So I had the interview with them the other week, and they were like, is there anything that we can help you with? And I'm like, sometimes you got to let me know I don't have to solve every problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's who I am.
Yeah.
You're supposed to help the kid. Now I'm at home cooking their food.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Like, you don't have to solve everything.
Right,
okay.
So that's
Okay.
a crutch and a not a crutch,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what would you say would be the most rewarding part of what you do?
I think the outcome, just seeing that the kids started here and now they're here, that you actually help.
Right.
So that's always a blessing to see that whatever you try, made it work. I used to have this thing where, so we had a Saturday program at Smart Daycare
Okay.
in Klein Village, and some kids would be strangers, and their parents might see me on social media, bring their kids, and they might be scared.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, yo, give me one day. Just give me the day.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't come back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not, no kid ever not came back.
Yeah.
We gonna have fun.
Yeah. I tell people that here.
Yeah,
That's
if you
what's
don't
up.
like
Sorry.
it, just don't come back. And they eventually,
Right.
you get them.
Okay.
Do you have any success stories? Like you seen a kid, he was really bad or she was really bad, and then they just completely made a whole turnaround?
I have a few with Susquehanna Middle School.
Okay.
Where I seen them, they can't, because we had an at-risk youth program where the guidance counselor gave us the kids. So they pinpointed, and you could see the change. And what's crazy? You can see the change from beginning to end, and then you can see the change, and that goes back to your one question about the pressures.
Yes.
Because they're so pressured to be cool.
Right.
Right.
So those same kids would come to our Saturday program outside of the school, and they would act like kids. And then it was at a daycare, right? So in the back, there's daycare toys.
Right.
And they playing with them.
Okay.
And they would never do that at Susquehanna Middle. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
yeah.
they had to put that
I'm not
that
gonna be
armor
cool.
on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm, you know what I mean? So that was a blessing. And then another one was with the program at Susquehanna. We was like, give us 30 kids it was like either 6 to 8 weeks. We gonna get rid of them and get another 30.
Yes.
So the second time, and we're teaching the same curriculum,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I come first day and all the kids is there from the first time. So I'm like, what y'all doing here? Y'all supposed, they said
Right.
we can come back. I said,
Hey,
you know
word.
I'm gonna teach you the same thing. They
Right.
like, they ain't care. They
That's
just,
cool. Yeah.
So that's
They
love,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
That's
that
love,
is.
yeah.
That is.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you: do you, as far as, because you said like you had to go to big brothers and sisters, you had to talk to them. Have other organizations or people that could help you? Have they reached out? Is this something that, like, are you making the way that you need to? Like, do you feel that you're making the way? I mean, I feel you are, but like for what only you know your measurements, only you know your standards. So where do you see yourself at? Are you making the progress that you set out to make?
I think I am.
Okay.
I really think I am now. Like, I actually stopped the program for like 6-7 months.
Okay.
And then I said, I'm going to start it back up and see. And it just blew. It
Okay.
just blew up. And I have amazing partners. I have a huge support team. So, and like even with the Harrisburg School District, I was referred by the principal
Okay.
for them to,
That's good. That's
start
dope.
a program there. So sometimes when you do what you do, you don't even know that what you're doing.
Right.
And
Who's watching?
others recognize it. And then
Okay.
they be like, yo, let's,
that's
you know what I mean?
good.
So
So what were you doing in them 6 months of when you stopped?
I was just chilling.
Chilling? You was just chilling?
I was just chilling.
I was just chilling. Well,
loving
I got the store in
Yeah.
Maryland, and I got the store.
So when you run back, like,
I have an amazing partner. He's ready to get rid of me though, because I don't run back like I used to. No, I do all the online.
okay.
I used to run back once a week, because it's only in Frederick, so it's an hour.
Right.
But I don't get there every week like I used to.
What
So
kind
I do
of store is it?
It's a clothing store.
Clothing? Okay.
So I do online sales and the HR part of it like that. So
Okay, so do you do the ordering? Do you
yeah, like that kind of stuff. I do
okay.
stuff more that I can do from here.
Okay.
And as long as I keep that up, that keeps them happy. You know?
Okay. Okay.
What got you into that?
I actually knew the guy from 20 years ago, and he had a store in D.C.
Okay.
And we just always kept in contact. And he just asked. I mean, I love clothes, so
Right.
it just when he set the blueprint up, it just made. I had a couple dollars. He had a couple dollars. He put a couple dollars together, and the blueprint just made sense. So I just ran with it.
Okay.
Because there was a time where I was like, you ever get to a point where you be like, all right, I'm this age. What do I got?
Right, right.
I got this. My credit's this. My this.
Yeah,
like,
right.
He was like, I gotta
I
do
mean,
something.
everybody don't get to that point.
They don't. I got to this
No,
point.
We was
don't.
talking to that point. I was like, I wonder, do people skip that point in life where you have to sit and evaluate?
I don't think they
Yeah.
skip it. They just don't get
They don't
to
get
it.
there.
Yeah, they just
Or
don't
something
get to it.
happens and you're like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I thought this was going to happen. This ain't going to happen. Now it makes you look at yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's say like y'all was partners and he fell out the partnership.
Yeah.
Then you like, well, damn, what do I got?
Yeah.
I got to get myself together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I had that moment
Okay.
and I just started working on me
Okay.
heavy, and that's how the stories came about.
Okay. Cool.
What is the name of the store?
Madar
Madar?
stands for Making Individual Dreams a Reality.
Talk about it.
And
Repeat it one more time for the people.
Madar, it's Madar Fashion.
Okay.
So he actually has like 5 stores. So he has a hair salon, he has a car lot, and he has like a podcast thing down there too.
Word.
Money.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Just because you got a business don't mean you got no money.
That's a fact. That's a
Listen,
fact.
you ain't doing that much. You ain't
Yeah,
giving away
you
something.
he got
Yeah.
something.
And
So-
we had a guy on the podcast. He said when it's measured to certain things, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
doing something.
and he's
When it's
about to
compared
open a
to
cigar
where you-
lounge.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
In Maryland? Or is
Listen,
that up here?
We ain't gonna be
Maryland.
too modest.
Okay.
We ain't gonna be too humble.
Yeah,
we getting there.
Listen, you're not supposed. I don't. I mean, you should be modest and humble, but you should also speak your speak.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean, that's
right.
not the right way to say it.
And it's-
but
and it's-
how I feel.
Right,
Speak your
but
speak.
we
You know?
understand.
Yes,
and then,
yes.
listen, and you only do it in certain rooms.
Yes, yes.
Because
Yes.
when you're in rooms with people, you can talk money. There's no
Right.
problem.
Absolutely, because then you're not bragging.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody understands
Yeah,
the language.
right.
And that's why I try to be around people that understand
Right.
the language. When this sounds something for them, they be like, oh, you sure? That
Right.
seems a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
we in the wrong room.
You said
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
You
say
said
less.
enough.
Right,
You
right.
said enough.
If you
I'm
were
cool.
doubtful, we can't wait.
Listen, I'm good with that. I want to
Wait,
so.
hold on, I'm gonna tell you the other one.
What?
I got your mental health hub. It's a
Your mental health hub.
that's an online store. I have.
Okay.
Okay.
So I sell like products for. If you think about mental health, you think of physical, emotional.
Mhm.
So I got waist trainers too.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
See, I said it there.
Yeah, listen, it's enough bellies that
Enough
fit
bellies.
Listen.
I need it all right
Listen,
there.
it's enough bellies for everybody's waist trainer.
Everybody's waist trainer.
Listen, use yours, use those
I'm
ones.
just playing.
Yeah.
I sell like candles,
Okay.
stress relief
Okay.
items for adults and kids.
Dope.
So that's
Okay.
what's on that store.
So get that website out if you could.
YourMentalHealthHub.com.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's other stuff on there to help you with your mental health.
No. Because my goal is for you not to use pills or anything. Just do healthy
Right,
stuff
right,
to
right.
get. So even like the little balls, you know,
I
it's
wasn't
like.
talking pills.
Yeah.
I know what you was talking about. We don't got that on there though. You can find a way we can market it. You know, I'm a businesswoman too.
The little stress balls.
Yeah, we got all that on there.
Yeah, I don't want to be talking about
Yeah, we got things for your
stop doing
back.
that.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
Everything.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
So
How's that
help
going?
the people. It's cool. It's going
Okay.
good. Like I was killing it. Then I slow up. You know.
Yeah. I
It's
know how
a,
it
it's a
goes.
lot. You
Yeah,
know.
it
But
is.
one day, my goal is to bring it to life and make it an actual
Okay.
place.
Okay, so do you feel? Is it a lot? Some days you're overwhelmed. Some days.
And I'm
you're not?
always overwhelmed, but I think I can't live right unless I'm overwhelmed. I think that's what I live
Okay,
in. You know?
okay.
I like
You find
that. Yeah, I complain, but I get it done.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So like our other
Yeah,
guest said
go ahead.
he lives in discomfort just to
Yeah.
make sure he can push himself.
Yeah,
Is that
like
something?
I guess like I take on,
Okay.
and I cannot take on. You know,
Okay.
and somebody might be like, "You're doing too much." Nah, I'm not doing.
Not when people
I
say
mean,
go there, I got
they
it.
because you know like, there was this time where someone was like, "You doing too much," and like just focus on the youth because I'm like
Yeah.
I want to help women. They like,
Right.
nah, you doing too much, you know. But how can you do too much if that's your gift?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so.
Especially if it don't feel stressful to me. I'm
Yeah,
cool.
but at that moment, I was like, well, maybe I am doing too much. You know, I had to, you know, and I
Yeah.
actually like fell back for a little bit. Then I'm
Okay.
like, I don't think I'm doing
Yeah,
too much, you know.
Yeah.
It's all necessary that you help all these people.
Right.
So, where's my paper at? I know I got some more
They
questions.
done slid
Where
down
my
here,
paper
so-
done went?
It's behind you.
Oh, dang, I got to slide down too. Jeez Louise out here. What else we got? There's this young lady. Now, I like the name Soldiers Walking According to God. How'd you come up with that?
I don't even know. At that time, we was more focused on Christian base.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was about having it, and we started out in a church.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where that came. And I think swag is swag. So kids like the word
Right,
swag.
it touches
And then I had
everybody.
to just find words that would go with it
Okay.
and make it, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it Christian based, put it all together
Right.
and swag.
So that's,
And then-
that's why you like the swag?
Yeah.
Because that was one of my questions.
Yeah, swags. It's all about
Yeah.
the swag. That's a
I
hot
think that's
line.
definitely something that touches with the kids too, and it sounds cool. So you're like, all right, well, cool. We going to church to get our
Get a
swag
swag
on.
on, right? And so then when I changed it, I came back out. I rebranded myself.
Okay.
And I'm swag 4.0 because it's
Okay.
4.0 is excellence.
Okay.
So that's where the
Mm.
4.0
Okay.
Explain that
Okay.
to me. That's something,
Okay.
what's that?
I mean, like the highest grade you could get is the 4.0. so
that's
it's
cool.
excellence.
Got you.
So it echoes with education.
Okay.
Bring them together, still
Okay.
swag. So
That
that's
was
the
player. I
that's
like
the
that.
new name, swag
Okay.
4.0. It's separated from the old swag.
I know you, so you was very smart.
You know, I'm a little bit.
He's very
So you
smart.
you smart. You intimidate the men. You smart.
No, not at all.
You're smart though. I appreciate you. I definitely, I'm proud of what you do and what I see from you. Like I
Thank you.
admire you.
Thank
I
you.
do. I
Appreciate
admire
that.
what you're doing. I admire your resilience. I admire you showing up. Like you don't, like you have some people that make it so about them
Right.
and what they do, and you really can't see the focus of what it how it's affecting the people because they make it driven about them for
Right.
likes and
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
so you lose focus of what the mission
Purpose
is
is,
because
yeah.
everything's bought
Right.
around them.
Right.
So I see that you humble yourself and you don't try to, because a lot of people lure people in with the cars and I
Yeah.
buy this
Right,
and I
right.
look like this and I can do this and I do that. And it takes away from
Right,
you know,
right. The message.
connection.
Yeah,
So,
the
you know,
message.
Because
Yeah.
some truths and some things that are sustaining and good for us, everybody's not going to like.
Right,
Everybody's not going
right.
to run to celebrate it.
Right.
When you're doing things that are positive and you're doing things that are uplifting. There's really no trophies for that. People
Right.
really, we live in a world now where people want the toxicity. People want the
Mhm.
negative. People want to see people falling. Like people wait for topic of conversation to be
Yeah.
somebody's demise
Right,
or
right,
why
right.
somebody is suffering or why they, because when it's good things to talk about and
They don't
it's,
wanna talk about that.
yeah, they're not sharing that, you know, like, so you'll see like you can post something that will benefit the hood or benefit people and they're not even going to share it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They're going to
They're-
look right
right,
past it because it doesn't speak, but I promise you that just tells you where people's at.
Right.
So I appreciate, do I feel like, I don't want to say this, how I want to say this, because I know people are very sensitive. Because I feel like a lot of, not all the parents, but if the system wasn't broken and kids were learning, we wouldn't be in the situation where we are.
Right.
So we know there's a problem.
Absolutely.
So we know half of the people that we're associated with on Facebook. You know, there's thousands of people. Like half of them, we've been there. We know each other.
Right.
That's some of that's their kids.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
People that can see it.
Right.
They go, I need help with my kid. I need help with. There's a million things that's out here, but yet you look past that.
Right. Right.
You know, so it's I am one to feel like we choose to stay there.
Right. I
And, you know,
agree.
and we selfishly, not some people, but we'll be that way with our kids, not knowing selfishly like it's about us. That's why you see some people is not going to stretch and do the things necessary for their family or
Right.
for their kids, mom or dad,
Right.
because we're so locked in this. What about me?
Right.
My mom didn't do that for me, or my
Right,
dad I
right.
just didn't have. And then you just allow that to be the story that you keep walking
going.
through your grown ass life
Right.
with, knowing you got
Right.
kids,
Right.
Yeah.
knowing you got
Absolutely.
other
Yeah.
people that depend on you. So I just appreciate that you never, to me, got flustered in your mission. You know, so I definitely know Harrisburg needs you.
Thank you.
So I know once that get in there and you continue to build what you're doing. Like I seen all the kids and you're in there every day with them.
It looks like it's fun.
It is. I love kids.
I wish I was a kid because I'm like,
You know,
I'm on trip doing a bunch of stuff. Like,
yeah, I like having fun.
Yeah, because
so
you're
easy.
You're at the point where you can mold them and shape them so that they don't end up in the prison.
That's the whole goal.
Right.
And I try to my is middle school kids.
Yes.
Like how I feel like the middle school is right there, and I can still catch them. You know, before they get high school.
Yeah.
For me, high school that's not my thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do stuff within the high school, but I can really get the middle. Like when I mentor for Harrisburg, it's going to be at the one on the middle schools.
Yeah.
You know, so because I feel like you can still catch them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to catch them because what I'm doing now, like we're in the prison, so it's like these is kids.
And
that's people that they don't have like their parents to tell them, they're in there with their dads or they're in there with their mom.
It's crazy.
So it's like when I see people that is even teachers, I respect teachers that are about making sure, not just doing a job, but making sure that these kids are learning and giving a little bit of love to them so that they don't graduate. There's kids that graduate and then get arrested after they graduate. Like, that's what you graduate and then you get. I was one of them. I'm telling you. Listen to me.
Actually me.
Yeah, I was one of them.
So he's telling you from personal experience, ladies and gentlemen.
So, it's so you want to prevent that, and you want to see it change, and you're at the start of it. You're right when their minds is impressionable. And
it's a lot because from one end in the defense of parents, some parents,
she's going to defend you.
I'm going to defend y'all. Some of them just don't. They want to help. They want to do better with their kids. They just don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Some just don't know what to do because some of these kids is wild. You know what I mean? I mean, there's parents that are scared of their kids. You know, so it's like some of the parents really do want help. They just don't know how to, because they say it's a book, but it ain't no book because every kid's different. So on that level, like, all parents, I ain't saying all parents, everybody needs help. Even the best parent needs help. And then on the flip side, sometimes I feel some of the rules at the schools are off. Like, I feel like
talk about it.
Everything doesn't require suspension.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Can we do something else besides suspend the kids? Because what happens is you suspend the kids. Now what they gonna do at home for a week?
Yep.
And then you want them to come back and get back.
Mom and dad still gotta go to work.
So they may be on the streets. They may be whatever. They not reading and learning.
Yeah.
So now you want them to do work from last week, or you want to send them to Shaft, and you want to send them to jail. How is it really helping them at the end? Because when they come out, are they gonna be a better person?
Right.
So it has to be some way. I know, it's a touchy subject. You got to discipline them, but can we just sometimes just get a counselor?
Find a better way.
Yeah, so that prison pipeline thing is like real
I believe
big,
it's a real thing.
It is. It's a
real
thing.
Yeah.
It's scary how real it is. Like,
and that's part of my mission. Like I am so, and I want to tie that mission into your mission because when I look at it, like when you have people making a difference so that the kids don't end up in there. And it's just not. It's small. And when I say it's small, because it affects us as a whole race.
Right.
So like
Definitely.
when I look at it, like we can back out and be like, no, I'm not going to help. I'm not going because it's you're up against social media.
Right.
You're up against rap music. You're up against the
TV.
The nostalgia of being rich, being a rapper. If I'm not a ball player, if I'm not. So I come in, like, for me, it's showing that you can educate yourself. You can learn. You can succeed. You can have good credit. You can have and live and be happy and be without being a rapper.
And it's cool.
Without being, and
it's
cool.
okay.
Because I'm cool.
You are cool.
I'm cool, and I'm telling them that
you
don't gotta go through the streets and
right.
I'm here to tell you can avoid all that and still be cool.
Right.
But some people, like I had talked to a kid, young, older 20s. He was locked up in and out his whole life. He just wanted to be like his uncles and his big cousins because they was out here in these streets. They was getting money, flashy cars, women. And then it's funny because I said, well, how do you feel now? And he was like, ain't none of them doing nothing with their life right now.
Right.
So now I got it. But now he's so far and then he been in and out of jail since high school. So it's like he got to do
read
everything,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But they see that life
Yeah.
and they want that life and they
Yeah.
want it the same way the
Yeah.
quick way instead of doing it the right way.
So do they get attached to you? Because I know you got love on them. Is that what's missing?
What, the love?
Yeah.
With the kids today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kids just want to be heard.
Okay.
They just want somebody to listen to them.
And I like that.
You know?
Of listening.
Because they want to be that you care about them.
Right.
Yes.
Like that's really what's missing. Is that they have teachers that go do this, go this, go this. They're like, oh, I didn't even do that. Just go do it. No,
Right.
like listen. You know what? Like I had to learn that even with my own. Like you know how you was raised. I said go do it.
Right,
Stop
that's
playing
it.
with me.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? You ain't going. Why? Because I
Yeah.
said you ain't going.
Right.
So I did. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But like around 15ish, when I really started 15. My son's 15.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when I started more doing the swag and stuff,
Okay.
and I had we could have a conversation.
Right.
Why do you feel that way, or
Yes,
why you
yes.
know? And then it became, which was good. So it was good. I started that way because they had the respect.
Right.
Right.
But then now we could be friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I learned so much more about my kids because now they come to me.
More
Yeah.
open to you.
To tell me that. Let me tell you, my friend did today. It'd be so
Right.
much. I'd be like, what?
Open conversation.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like my son just moved to California.
Yeah.
I hope he's not watching it because I'm about to talk about you. And he calls me every day.
Okay.
And he's like, Mom, guess what happened today? Mom, guess what? Mom, guess what my friend did? So it's just that bonding that we
Yeah.
have now as
And
friends.
that's a good thing.
That's
It's amazing,
Yeah.
you know. He bounces everything off me, you know,
Okay.
and it's not because he
He
feels
trusts
he
you.
has to check in.
Yeah.
Right. He know I got him, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
it.
and that's all that matters,
it.
you know. So
I'm trying to establish that.
with your kids,
Yeah.
yes.
With my daughter.
Yeah,
I'm
it
trying to
just-
establish that.
Because he knows whatever he's into, I support, as long as it's positive, you
Yeah,
know. And if you want to marry a girl, a guy, white, I don't care what you do,
Yeah.
as long as they ain't putting their hands on you.
Facts.
So what are we doing? Are we going to be you got a boyfriend today? You got whatever we doing? That's what we doing.
Okay.
We going to the clubs together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like because I
absolutely.
want to let him know that I got you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right,
Nobody else got you. I got
Yeah.
you. You know?
I had to learn that. I had some off they got on me, trainees, that they was like, you can't lecture them. You just gotta listen.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's a tough one sometimes.
But I'm learning.
You listen to
I'm
the
just learning to
yeah.
listen.
Right.
And this is where the trusting God has to come in.
Yeah.
You know, we see. I don't know, people pray and want things. I lean on for other things. Like I need to just believe that my daughter or my children is going to be okay if I'm because lecturing. It's not working.
Right.
You know, it doesn't work for no one, and even for adults, even for people that come here that's supposed to do what they're supposed to do.
Right,
It's just
right.
like,
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
Like, can't talk to them; they're not going to hear it. So
Right.
I just rather listen and.
Or sometimes it's good too. What if my son? I get someone else because
Mm.
they're gonna say the same thing
Right.
I say, but it's
Same
different
exact
when
thing, yep.
if it's a serious situation.
Yep,
You know,
exactly.
like I'll have someone else come that I trust that I know is going to say the
Right.
right things to them and let them say it
Okay.
because then they
They
get
receive it
it.
better.
And in my head, they be like, "Well, so and so." I'm thinking, I said the same, but you can't
Right,
even
right.
say that to me.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's what's up." Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so how'd that go? So
Right.
you know, that's another avenue. Where it's like, because you're the parent at the end of the
Yeah,
day, and they
yeah.
don't want to tell the parent that. But by listening to them, you'll learn them.
Okay.
You know, that's what I
Yeah.
feel. And see, you might see a struggle in them that you wouldn't. That
Right.
wasn't the reason y'all was sitting at that table. You know,
Right.
Like I don't like this guy. I'm not, Daddy, I don't like this. You feel like my baby girl might be insecure. You know what I mean?
Right,
You
right,
learn
absolutely,
something, so
yeah.
then
Right,
you
right.
hone in on that.
Okay.
You know, and not even letting her know that you honing
Okay.
in on that.
Yeah,
you
'cause
know,
you know how to listen.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
how to
so-
take from that.
I think that's one thing women have over men that
You listen.
we really have to work on. Yes, y'all listen. Because I have a daughter and I'll be sitting there, she be talking, I'll be like, and then but she'll tell me everything. She's
Right.
like, Daddy, I did this and this. I'm just calling you to let you know this is going on. I'm
Right.
like, that's
Right.
what's up. Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes I'm like, what are you even talking about?
right.
But I love it that she even
Yeah,
has
it feels-
enough courage.
yeah.
Because I couldn't talk to nobody when I was young. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
it's great that they feel like they could talk
Talk
to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what you do through a full day. Take us through a full day.
What's a full day?
Let us get a full day.
I wake up, I do my morning prayers, I get my coffee, and I get right on my laptop, and I if I got emails or whatever orders, I check the sites.
Is things stuck in a time? Are you timely manner? Like, do you give an hour to this?
No, I don't. I just do it because every day something might not need an hour. You know what I mean? So I might have to get on a Zoom. I might have to go to a meeting in the morning. Go to the schools. I volunteer at Susquehanna, the elementary, so I do stuff with them. I might go back to sleep. You know what I mean?
That's your
freedom.
That's your freedom.
Yeah. So I just do whatever. You know, I got my calendar and I try to do it to do lists every day, check them off. Because keeping it up here is terrible. You know,
I tell people all the time, save your brain and you write it down so that way you don't gotta.
But you know, sometimes I'll be supposed to do something and I'll go to sleep. It'd be in the middle of the night, or it might be like I might take a nap like at 7 p.m. I'll be like, wait, I ain't sent that email, and I jump up. You know, I don't know. God just wakes me up.
Get up and do it.
And I go ahead. You know, sometimes that happens too, but. Yeah, that's my day. Then I might go to lunch, I might shoot to Maryland. I work at the post office.
So you work, that's what I thought. So you working too?
I work too. You know, some days I go to the post office, some days I don't.
Oh, she's living the boss life.
Oh,
I
man.
do.
That's the boss life.
How you got that schedule?
I don't know.
Oh, just work for
It
you.
just
the
work.
boss,
They
you do what you want.
they didn't bring me in the office yet.
Oh, God.
I save up my days. No. So I work third shift. I just switched I got so busy.
Right.
That I had to switch to third shift.
Oh, how was that? Trying to run a business during the day.
It's you know what, I got this 6-month goal. So it's gonna happen. So it's whatever, you know what I mean?
I love that mentality on
whatever.
somebody. It's stuff that might happen and it's stuff that's going to happen.
Anything
so
I
when
do
you
is
say
gonna
that,
happen.
it's going to happen.
I don't play them games.
So what advice would
she
you
don't play them
give?
games. I like that. Talk spicy. Talk spicy.
What advice would you give to someone that was trying to start a business?
Start it.
Or just
stop talking about it. Just do it. If you got the sources, the resources, just start the business. Understand that it may not go great at first. It probably isn't, you know, but eventually you'll get there. But they got something out there. It's like you keep talking about it this year. You know, it's like the gym. I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then you keep eating. And then you bigger. And then you never, if you would just took the steps, to go, you would have went. So stop talking about it and just do it. That's my
thing. So
thing.
is it important to learn about what you're about to get into?
Absolutely. You want to learn as much so you can do as minimum mistakes, and have the education so you take the right path to do it. I was just talking to John Harris with that SciTech and Foos about entrepreneurship, and the kids was asking me those questions. Like, you definitely, what I would say is, like, if you want to open a store, you shouldn't put it in the woods. You got to do your research on where you want to. There's a reason why people think. Some people, where I feel people, like with the store thing, you may get. So like you come to me like, yo, I got this building, you get $500 a month. You be like, oh. But it ain't no traffic, ain't no parking, it ain't nothing. And then I get the building, and then in 6 months I'm closing because I can't make no money.
Right.
Or you get the building, oh, it's $500 a month. But did you sign? How long was the contract? Oh, you didn't know at the end of the year it was going to turn to $1,500 a month. You know what I mean? So make sure you do your research on where you're going to put stuff. So it's to be a minimum. You're going to have issues, but if you can avoid some, just try to avoid them.
Like doing your due diligence.
I think that's what made it easier for me. Doing what I've been doing so long before I got here.
Right.
It felt so surreal when I'm there, like, wait, is something supposed to be? And I already got the clientele, so it was like picking up. You a little nervous, like, this is a little bit weird. Like, things are going to. But I had to tell myself, I studied business. I read things. I looked at things. I had to learn not to spend, because when I was at the crib, I'm making thousands. I was buying chains. I was buying chains and. Like I was doing so much stuff.
Be disciplined.
So as time, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but then I had to really buckle down and say, get disciplined with spending and disciplined with saving and credit and taking care of things. And I was like, then I realized I don't want for nothing now. It's out my system. So now I went through them trials and tribulations and just learning myself and them pitfalls to now it just seems so simple. Right,
it is. That's how it is. And like for me, I want to take everything to another level. Yes. So I know, like, I got to focus. And really, I don't have to, I just got to do everything I say I'm going to do.
Right.
You know, some stuff you do put off. I mean, we all human. Like, I do it tomorrow. Like, no, I ain't on tomorrow. Do it. You know what I mean? So if I could just keep the same life I'm living, just do everything I say I'm going to do when I'm supposed to do it. You know what I mean? And make sure I'm giving everything 100.
Okay.
Which is hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because like, I might be great with the nonprofit, but the online store might not get touched. You know, it's like everything is like how you giving it all, you know? So I just figured it out.
Yeah, it's because I think it's okay if certain, as long as it doesn't drop off. Right. You know, it's going to be a little stagnant.
But with me, it's all, and I didn't even plan it that way. But so the thing about the mental health thing was funny. It was that I'm on a board out of Miami.
Okay.
So I'm on this board out of Miami, and this lady joins the board as the media person. She's this big. She lives in Vegas. So I'm looking at her IG, and she did like a podcast, and she had this girl on there that did stores, online stores. Okay. So I just started following, and that's how I got to the online store. So then I'm like, I didn't even know what store I wanted. So at this time, COVID was real. Yeah. And they said, well, we did the Google, whatever it's called. You see what's most people always Google, and it's mental health products and coffee. They said because everybody's getting their stores. I mean, they're working from home. Right. So they're trying to make their house feel like the office, so they're buying mugs and, you know, coffee stuff. Not actual coffee, but like the stuff. Office type. So she was like, which one you want to do? And I'm like, well, mental health's my thing. Yeah. So, and it just happened. That's how I got into the mental health hub.
I want to talk about mental health real quick. I want to hear your take on it.
What you mean?
We got time. Tell us about mental health.
I think it's real. Like, it's so real. I really feel everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Okay, absolutely.
You know, no matter if you Obama or, you know what I mean, down here, because even, like, you can have the greatest life and still feel alone. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think, like, you just got to have that person to talk to. And self-care is huge. Like, I'm a big self-care. I have no problem shutting it down and going do me. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, like nails, buying something, you know, going out to eat, you know. I feel like, you know, and I feel rest is huge.
Okay, yeah.
I'm big on sleep. Like, I love sleep.
Okay.
That whole die week, what they say? Sleep you did. Like, I used to say that. I'd be like, what? You know what I mean? So I don't want to die, you know? So I even feel like, my stomach keeps growling. Do you hear my stomach growling? Oh, okay. So I feel like exercise is huge. I feel like eating healthy. Because, like, right now I'm doing bad. Like, I keep paying for this Planet Fitness. Oh. And I ain't been there in like 2 months. I ain't been to the gym in 2 months, but I can feel the difference. Okay. When you feel good, you do better. Yes. You know? And because I'm running so much, my eating, I'm like, if I eat one more Jamaican meal or fried chicken from this plate, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I need a salad.
It sets you off.
Think about meal prepping?
You feel the difference.
I used to do that. And I used to pay somebody to do that for me. And I was real into it, you know. But I'll be running now. So, no, I don't do it. I just...
Do you feel that you're as sharp as you could be?
Absolutely not. I could be. That's part of my 6-month goal. Because, really, for, like, a hot second, a lot of my products... You know, you advertising by you using them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And most of them are exercise. You know, so I got jump ropes, and I used to do that, but I haven't. I just got to make time. Somehow I got a new schedule, and I got to fit everything in the schedule. I'm gonna figure it out, though.
Yeah, I know you will.
Figure it out.
You definitely will.
That's what I do. I figure it out.
So Caroline Leaf said that. That's a doctor, so don't quote me. They can come for me. Go right. She said that mental health wasn't a disease.
I definitely think.
She said that we made it. We labeled it. She said because the resources and the things are out there to eating healthy. It changes your anxieties. It's the choices we make that puts us in the depression state. Where like the shock, the shock. She's going science. Like the chakras, the alignment of your intestines, your gut. And how the signals from your gut to your brain doesn't allow, and it keeps us confused because our bodies are not flowing the way that they're supposed to, and that causes the depression. It causes the anxiety because our signals are off and they're not balanced. So she was like, if we took the steps of bettering our health, there would be more clarity.
I don't know about that one.
I mean,
because if you think, you know, I'm not the doctor and I'm not the science, but if you think about every disease, some of them can be prevented. like diabetes, like it's not always inherited.
It's not inherited.
You know what I mean? Like high blood pressure. Like
that's not inherited.
So you can't say these aren't real things, but some of them was caused. You know what I mean? Like so I do think mental health is a disease. Sometimes it could be inherited. It could be like the hormones is off. You know, that's why they have certain things. You know. Like bipolars and you know all that. So is that not disease?
They said that's what they said. Yeah, they said on the medicine. That's what she went into. She said it fixes the signal that people.
Oh, you know,
she said
my favorite.
She said because if you remove the drugs, you're going to be right back where you were at. So it's still there. Only thing that does is help the drug companies, and it just masks the signal. So you know, I don't know.
I think some people. There are this woe is me people.
Yes.
You know, they my life. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes, but I don't know, because I don't like
we're not talking like schizophrenic people that's out
but
there
I don't like speaking on stuff that I really don't know. No, I'm saying, because I could say the woe is me people. Like, I mean, like, well, a lot of times people put their self in the situations. So they be like, oh, I'm getting evicted, Well, you don't never pay the rent. You know what I mean? So now you in a predicament. Now you depressed, but all you had to do was pay your rent, and you may be. So some people create their own problems. You know what I mean? But I do think mental health is real. I definitely, and I even think, and I don't want to get into it, but like the whole Kanye thing. It's like I'm a Kanye. I just feel like he has mental health issues.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a Gemini. We ain't got it, And he lost his mom. So until I have all three, well, I'm a Gemini, but until I lose my mom I can't speak on that man's health. You know what I'm saying? I do think, I feel like he's like his reason for doing stuff be dope, but his way of getting there don't be dope. You know what I mean? But once he get there, you be like, oh, that was strategic. But you ain't have to do that, Kanye, to get there. You know what I mean?
He went all the way off.
He went all the way. Like you could have went down the street. We had to go around the corner. We was with you. We supported you. But I think mental health is real.
It's real.
I think it's real. I definitely think it's real. I think people suffer from different things,
and everybody's not as strong.
Everybody's not as strong, mentally as strong, and some people can't push themselves to get past what they're going through at that point in time. So.
Right, I agree with that 100%. Like, and then it's like I learned not to judge people for not being how because I'm more of like I've always been that way. Like since my early 20s, I can remember like whatever the issue is, I'm gonna cry today. Get it, and I tell people get it all out, and then tomorrow figure it out. And that's my thing.
I used to give myself 72-hour grace.
You get 72? I give 24.
I bumped it down. That used to be. Now I'll be listening.
24.
I don't give a shit.
5
minutes.
It could be a bad breakup. Bad breakup. I be like, I got 24 hours to cry over him. And then I'm going to get somebody's number, though.
Listen. Hey, I look at it like that's
listen, out here.
It's time to go.
Those type of things, we go through them. I just feel like I am type of person. Listen, I'm going to figure that shit out.
I'm going to figure it out.
I allow people. That's why I don't comment on people. I allow y'all, but I tell you, keep that shit over there. I don't do that over here. So. You want to keep that? That's not for me. I roll with winners, people that try, people that hang. Yeah. Like I leave that and them people, them conversations. I leave that over there and I stay over here.
Absolutely,
I stay where I'm cool.
High level of energy because you gotta. And I feel like I put a post up. We're going to talk about the problem one time. You know what I mean? And I'm going to let you get it all out. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do next. Because you already recognize the problem. So now what's the solution? Or you going to keep being in the problem? Like, how do we get past the problem? Or do you just want to stay there? Yeah, because I'm good. And it's to a point now where it's like, I could be out with a bunch of people and everybody over here is like, ha, 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 rah. And then you had a woe is me, and I'd be like, you are killing my energy right now.
Listen, why did you come?
Why do I go? And they might be like, I'm like, all right, cool.
That would destroy a room quickly.
So I want to ask you a question before we come up on time. I need 3 books.
3 books that I love? Man. I don't know their names. I liked Will Smith's book.
Okay.
I feel like he ain't gonna watch this. He's in another state. But this is my boy got a book. Oh, you know what book I like? I like Kevin Hart's book.
Okay.
I don't know the name of none of these books I'm about to say. But his one book is great because it's funny and it's motivational.
Okay.
You know, I can't think of the author's book. He's partners with Les Brown.
Okay.
It's his book that
Okay.
I like motivational books.
Yes.
You know, what's another book? I did Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
I read that one. I like that one. I think I did 3, didn't I?
Yeah, that's 3.
I was going to keep going, but
I guess he'd tell you to tell people where they can
I want to
find
ask you one more question.
Go ahead.
Who inspires you?
who inspires me?
What, who, whatever, you know what I mean?
I inspire myself.
Talk about it.
Like,
Talk spicy to them now. She inspires herself.
I definitely do. Like, I don't really, I'm not going to say I don't really look up to no one. I have mentors that are amazing,
Okay.
but I don't want to be them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Facts.
happy that they are where they are and how they move, but I just try to help that's my whole thing. I'm just trying to help the community be a better
That's dope.
community.
That's
I don't really want to be like anybody. I want to be like me.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
day.
For real.
Absolutely.
All day.
So tell people where they can find you.
On these streets. No.
That's cool.
Where they can find me,
Yes.
I have my Blessed to Give, www.blessedtogivepa.com.
All right.
I got www.madarfashion.com. That's my store in Frederick, Maryland. And then I gave you your mental health hub. And I'm out here. I'm in all the schools. Yeah, that's where you can find me. And the books you can find, I read them audible.
Oh,
And
really?
I'm sorry, I don't read them.
Oh, okay.
If it's not on Audible, then I can.
Oh, I thought you meant you read books
No.
on Audible. I said,
No.
you lit.
Oh.
Let's go.
No, because you didn't say that earlier, so I jumped back. So yeah, I'm Audible. Anything on Audible,
Listen, it all counts.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm
At
listening.
least with me, I'm a Gemini too. That counts
Yeah.
for me. I'm with
That's
you.
awesome.
Yes. You know what I
I
mean?
like books.
You read? No, when I was a kid, I read, but I don't have time to read.
I love books.
I just put it in my ear.
I do both now. I started doing both. Certain books that might be, but yeah, I gotta read it. I gotta have the actual book.
I used to listen while I sleep.
Did you retain anything?
I don't think I did, but that's what they told me to do, so I just did it.
I'm picky on that. What I choose to listen to before I go to sleep. So
Yeah, so because I used to listen to it in my car.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time where I had cut out all music for like 6 months, and I just listened to Napoleon Hill every day. And that was when I was in my
I like
Russell
Napoleon.
Simmons days.
Yeah.
Because I read his book, and that's where I started to meditate and doing yoga. You know,
Yeah.
Woosah.
Woosah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're amazing. I
Thank you.
like to tell people that they're amazing.
Thank you.
You're very amazing,
I
and
try.
just keep doing your sharp. You know, she's fine.
Thank
you.
you.
Know, she pulls up in the big boys.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Talk
See about that
it.
business.
Talk about it.
I definitely love everything about you, man.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
do.
that.
I admire you.
I echo that back to you. You're killing it out
appreciate
here.
I just show up.
Yeah, that's all we
I
can
just
do.
show up. That's it.
That's all we can do is show
I
up.
show up every day.
And be you.
That's it. I know what it's like, so I'm here every day. I'm accountable to me, man. So that way I can be great for my family, and I appreciate people like you doing and helping to make a change and help our people.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting
For the
you
first
too.
time.
Nice to meet you.
I'm definitely
My
going to
hands is all
follow.
sweaty.
I know mine too. I'm sorry. I'm definitely going to follow you on everything. And,
Thank you.
and make sure I show my support.
Yes.
Appreciate
And make
that.
sure y'all show your support to Quit the Cat Podcast. Because it's your boy BP
Yes.
with the Bishop.
Yes.
And we had Ms.Carla Hill today.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She was talking spicy, and I liked it.
Yes.
So we going to keep talking spicy, you understand? Make sure y'all follow her on everything that she got going on. It will be somewhere on the screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make sure y'all follow us on Anchor, Amazon Music, Apple Music. What else we got? Spotify, iHeart.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Listen,
that.
man.
Nice.
Y'all better listen. And YouTube. I know if y'all watching this, you already watching it on YouTube. So make sure y'all listen to us everywhere else. You
And
dig?
Google Podcasts. We on.
And Google Podcasts. Come on, man.
Yeah, we doing.
That's
This
what's
is
up.
Quit the Cat. And y'all need to quit the cat.
Bang.
Damn.
Holla.
Peace.
Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast.